below. What is it that marks out the people of God and makes us different? The Old Testament answer is that it's God's active presence with us. So Moses says to God, "Is it not in thy going with us that we are distinct, I and thy people, from all other peoples on the face of the earth?" The New Testament answer is really the same. Jesus says, "Lo, I am with you always, to the close of the age." Yahweh has become Emmanuel, God with us. Outwardly, Christians are pretty much the same as everyone else, but inwardly we have the active presence of God. The kingdom, says Jesus, is not over here or over there, because look, the kingdom of God is in the midst of you. So all we do as Christians comes from the inner nourishment of God's active and invisible presence. And that means that it's the first duty of every church to nourish itself in its invisible life and to teach others to pray. The apostles knew that, which is why the letters in the New Testament are as much prayers as they are teaching. "I do not cease to give thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers," says, for instance, the letter to the Ephesians. So it's a first duty of clergy and lay leaders to give thanks for the people in their congregations, to pray for them, and to teach them about the inner life. "More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of," wrote Tennyson, and churches that major on prayer know that he was right. I remember a fashionable theologian of the 1970s saying that he felt sorry when he went into the study of a parish priest because he saw the little line of books on prayer and spirituality on the shelf. And he felt that the reason the vicar had to keep on buying these books was the same reason that other people keep on buying books on dieting. They don't actually work. But the fashionable theologian was wrong. I'm glad when I see a line of books on prayer on someone's shelf, because I know how good books on prayers can nourish one's inner life and the transforming friendship which is our invisible relationship with the Lord. It's no coincidence that healthy churches seem to be the ones in which prayer is being nourished. Vigils, half-nights of prayer and fasting, times of adoration, missionary prayer meetings, and so on. I've asked the advice of our Director of Parish Mission, our spirituality, worship and renewal groups, and then I've requested the faithful team who put together our monthly prayer diary to make it available in A5 format so that we can slip it into our Bibles and use it in our daily praying. I've also asked for a simple rule of life card to be made available so that each year we can set simple and practical patterns for our walk with Christ. And I hope that both the new format of the prayer diary and the rule of life guide will be ready by Easter. So my invitation to the diocese this new year is to have a look at the prayer life of your parish or your chaplaincy. Is all the visible activity, all the evangelism, all the giving out to the community properly sustained by our invisible life below? Miracles still happen where people pray fervently, and I'm often conscious of being borne along by the prayers of churches and individuals, and I'm very grateful for it. For the last few years, I've asked parishes to set aside Ash Wednesday or another suitable day as a day for concerted prayer and fasting for the diocese. This year, I invite you to do the same. We give thanks that we're able to have 2 extra curates again this year, and that we were able to strengthen our reserves substantially just before the credit crunch. The policy of the last 5 years has really worked and put us in a good position. But there's still much to pray for. As the psalmist says, "May the Lord answer you. May he grant you your heart's desire. May he fulfill all your plans." May we be marked by knowing Christ's active presence in us and among us in 2009.